boys, and today we're going to talk about what gear do you need to start boxing. So not the fanciest gloves, not the great gloves, but what do you need as far as wraps, rope, gloves, what are good things to look for, good things to use. So get a duffel bag, anything, it could be cheap. You can use other stuff like those drawstring bags, but they suck. A duffel bag, it can be a Walmart duffel bag, just zippers, straps, carry your stuff. Save up your money if you need to and get your own gear. Community gloves are gross, they smell, they're germy. If you are new and have never boxed before, get something like Title Classic boxing gloves, entry level, something from Ringside, something from Fighting Sports, even a little expensive if you're not sure if you're going to stay with it. Try it, give it at least 3 months, then go from there. Fighting Sports is a good mid-range glove. Start with a training glove that you can use for your bag work and your sparring. I don't care what anybody says. If they're not cheap crap off Amazon, they will not bubble up or get hard and hurt your sparring partners. I've heard people say stuff like that. I disagree. My first 6 or so months, I used a pair of training gloves like that, and then I got serious. When I got serious, I got a pair of bag gloves for bags and mitts in class, and a pair of lace-up sparring gloves. That was like graduation for me to level up to that. So it was a big deal. I think I got some Clesos for that, but I still use like Title Classic gels for the bag. Later on, moved to some lighter, cheap Ringsides for training gloves, and had my sparring gloves separate. And then over the years, I've got a little more diva-esque about what I want to use to hit bags and mitts. But this is like 9 years in. So mouth guards. So I still like Shock Doctors. Like all the way back in 2013, I started finding it like a Sports Authority type store, Sports Chalet, probably Dick's Sporting Goods. They have gel. I always recommend the Boil and Bite because they're custom fit for your mouth. There are hard plastic mouth guards out there, I think, that are used in things like football. Don't get those. You can find a good mouth guard really cheap. And then also some legit boxing gyms will sell mouth guards. Mouthpiece guy I've never used, but a lot of people will get custom designed mouth guards that are a little more expensive. And even some like dental type places have them. So once you find one that works for you, buy a lot of them. And it's pretty much that. The other thing is, if you're new to boxing, spend some weeks doing bag work and some higher intensity stuff with that mouth guard, and so you aren't going to like gag on it in the ring, because it is very different having a mouth guard when you're super, if you get super gassed or whatever. So practice with ropes. Ropes can be the cheapest thing ever. I do not recommend weighted ropes to begin with, or old leather ropes. I don't care who used them in the past. Get a basic speed rope, the plastic kind. Don't worry about the wire kind. Adjust it so the top of the handle, like the endmost point, sits in your armpit. That's about the right length. Too short and you'll have problems. Too long, it's just kind of a mess and it'll slow you down. You learn to know what you want. You learn about how the products are made, what's quality, what's not. But don't be that person that spends a ton on gear that you don't need to begin with. It's pointless. The moral of the story is you don't need expensive gear to get started. You almost don't need gear. But basics, mouthguard, headgear, gloves, rope, shoes, socks, basic stuff, at least one set of hand wraps. Wash them sometimes, please. Can really take you pretty far and can get you well up to or beyond your first fight. So that is my advice. Don't waste your money on box bra, sweatsuits, fancy ropes. Go with economical, spend the money on your training and your diet.